Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Space Academy. Please face the flag for the playing of the national anthem. Good evening, and again, welcome to the graduation ceremony for Space Academy. My name is Cassidy Douglas, and I have the privilege of being your Master of Ceremonies tonight. And this is a momentous night, as you are about to join a family of a nearly million alumni from over 140 countries and all 50 states who've attended Space Camp since we opened our doors in 1982. And luckily for you guys this year, while you are at Space Camp, you are a part of our 40th anniversary. So among our alumni are countless scientists, doctors, and engineers. We're also proud to have 10 astronauts, 2 cosmonauts, and 4 commercial astronauts as alumni. Chris Zembrowski and Jared Isaacman, the 3rd and 4th of our commercial astronauts, are respectively the first crew trainer and Aviation Challenge alumni to go to space. In September of 2021, their SpaceX capsule spent 3 days orbiting the Earth as part of the Inspiration 4, the first orbital spaceflight with only private citizens aboard. Soon, we may see some of our astronaut alumni, Christina Cook, Dr. Kate Rubins, and Jasmine Mugbelly, return to space with the Artemis program, which means that they may be some of the first women on the moon. I would like to introduce our minority leader, Anthony Daniels. He is here with us this evening. As you know, the state of Alabama funds our SALSA program, and we are so grateful to the minority leader Daniels and his colleagues in the legislature for their support. Minority Leader Daniels serves as the top-ranking Democrat in the Alabama House of Representatives. He is the first African-American minority leader and the youngest legislator to hold the title. Minority Leader Daniels is a graduate of Alabama A&M University and lives in and represents Huntsville in the legislature. Before serving in this legislature, Minority Leader Daniels was an elementary school teacher. He is a father of 2, including 1 Space Camp alumna. Please put your hands together for Minority Leader Daniels.
Good evening. It is certainly an honor to be here with you tonight. But before I begin my remarks, I'd certainly like to acknowledge the leadership and leaders of this fine organization. Certainly want to acknowledge Vice President Robin Soprano for her leadership and for the programming and support that programming that she does each and every day. So let's give Robin a round of applause. Of course, my good friend, Robert LeBranch, and all of the staff here at the Space and Rocket Center. It's an honor to be here tonight to address the SALSA class for the special class in Alabama and so it's certainly an honor to be here. Again, I'm State Representative Anthony Daniels, and on behalf of the Alabama House of Representatives, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you for this year's 2022 Space Academy for leading students in Alabama. You were specifically selected because of your excellent academic achievements and also your love for science and technology, and perhaps more importantly, your inquisitiveness and your creativity. As I thought about the things that I wanted to discuss tonight, I couldn't help but think about how mankind has been obsessed with the brilliance of the stars, the endless expanse of the heavens, and the infinite vastness of the universe since the dawn of civilization. I thought about how scientists like Copernicus in 1543, who revolutionized our understanding of space by figuring out the earth revolved around the sun and not the other way around. I thought about the many revolutionaries and controversial discoveries of Galileo, Newton, Einstein, and more recently, Stephen Hawking, that have impacted our knowledge of the universe and space exploration. As I reflect on these things, it occurred to me that it was less than a year ago that Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos launched their own private spaceship into orbit. It's incredible to think that happened when it was only just 50 years ago that the first man landed on the moon. Of course, we've heard about Neil Armstrong's famous quote during Apollo 11 when he said that one step was for a man, one giant leap was for mankind. Well, I can certainly assure you that, Mr. Armstrong, today, mankind is still making giant leaps. And one of the things that I think is important as we're moving into space exploration, and you guys are in your studies are looking at getting more involved in space and really trying to continue to be curious. It's an insightful statement that Mr. Armstrong understood that his accomplishment was predicated upon all of those who had enough courage to risk and had the audacity to explore and do what has never been done before. I believe he understood that his achievement would inspire others to do a greater thing, including the things that we cannot even imagine today. So when we talk about one small step, and when we talk about giant leaps, it really means that we're on a lifelong journey of discovery that has been built on the discoveries, accomplishment, and inventions of all of those who've come before us. Yet it's up to each one of us to determine that our own one small step may be. Earlier I mentioned Galileo and Einstein and others because one of them bravely took that one small step. But each of them took small steps that ended up being giant steps toward where we are today. And so it's important that, in fact, these ideas may not have been the best, said on the Star Trek, as many of you are probably aware, of the famous quote that they said, "There is a way out of every box, a solution to every puzzle. It just matters if you find it." To that point, that's why we are creative thinkers, and asking questions is so critical in science and technology. But I commend you on your efforts and for taking the next step and coming to camp here at the Space and Rocket Center. But it reminds me of growing up in a small town in Midway, Alabama, which is where I'm from, in Bullitt County. When I was a young student, I remember this teacher by the name of Miss Henderson. Miss Henderson is the person that taught me that the sky is not the limit. She taught me to dream without boundaries, and to build on my successes, and to preserve with deliberate and focused purpose. As I look around and I look under Saturn V, it is inspiring evidence and tangible proof that my teacher was absolutely right. The sky's not the limit. And I might add that neither is the infinite cosmos or the universe that surrounds us. So be bold and take your small steps. If by chance you happen to stumble, take another small step. Before you know it, you have traveled further than you ever imagined. It's the world-renowned author and poet, spiritual leader Marianne Williamson. She said that our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And if you still feel that your curiosity is just not getting it done, and you feel like you've not worked hard enough, don't get down on yourself. Remember what Fannie Lou Hamer said when she said that the things that I'm saying may have no impact on you, but I'm going to keep saying until it drives you crazy too. And if you still feel like you want to give up, remember all the men and women that have been to space and those individuals that are trying to make their way on the path. Remember how hard they work in their story, and remember their stories. And if you still feel like giving up, remember these words in closing. When things go wrong, and they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the debts are high and the funds are high, and the debts are high and the funds are low, and you want to smile but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but doggone it, don't you quit. Thank you, and God bless you.
How about another round of applause for our minority leader, Daniels? And with that, now it is time for you to graduate and join our prestigious group of alumni. Our first team is Team Demos, led by crew trainers Emma, a graduate of Athens State University, and Bella, attending The Ohio State University. Malachi. Audrey. Abby. Riley. Wyatt. Thomas. McKaylin. Mikelin. Laura. Marshall. Carson. Trey. And Zoe. Congratulations, Team Demos. Our next team is Team Lockheed Martin, led by Jenna of Purdue University. First, we have Jack. Matthew. Sloan. Grayson. Annika. Isaiah. Declan. Bryson. Remington. Daniel. And Natalie. Congratulations, Team Lockheed Martin. Next, we have Team Teledyne Brown, led by Sierra in the morning and Mr. Kelvin in the evening. Kelvin is a graduate of the Jackson State University. First up, we have Caleb. Victoria. Brooks. Sheridan. Xylan. Ezra. Joseph. Dylan. Olivia. Noah. Kayla. Alexis. Savannah. Kismet. Congratulations, Team Teledyne Brown. Team Dynetics, led by Morgan Pickett from Georgia, attending University of Georgia, and Rafael Siqueiros. First up, we have Aria. Riley. Grayson. Avery. Emmett. Talon. Emma. Briley. Neum. Kelly. Shelby. Mila. Avery. Zane. And Taryn. Congratulations, Team Dynetics. Next up, we have Team Northrop Grumman, led by Jesse from San Antonio, Texas. First, we have Parker. Preston. Riley. Shanesty. Dalton. Harper. Noah. Camden. Atlee. Owen. Maddox. Ty. Charlie. And Kira. Congratulations, Team Northrop Grumman. Next, we have Team Inspiration 4, led by Meredith, a grad student of the University of Florida. Cadence. Taylor. Kealicia. Abigail. Gage. Dalton. Maddie. Samantha. Ansi. Dominic. Logan. Elijah, Holly, and Morgan. Congratulations, Team Inspiration 4. Next up, we have Team Honeywell, led by Sierra of UAH. BJ. Henry. Noah. Miley. Braden. Corey. Ella. Libby. Walker. Benjamin. Bryce. Cable. Jackson. Kinsley. And Hamza. Congratulations, Team Honeywell. With Teen Club for the Future, we have Taylor, a student at UAH. Laura. Braden. Ivania. Hadley. Ellie. Catherine. Emerson. Chloe. Easton. Sean. Kevin. Adeline. Peter. Dylan. and Shunston. Congratulations, Team Club for the Future. Next, we have Team Luna, led by Jordan from Auburn University. First up, we have Ian. Colton. Reese. Jonathan. Sydney. Alex. Caleb. Madeline. Charlie. Tanae. Sable. Miranda. Zayden. Maddie. Sam. And Zach. Congratulations, Team Luna. Next up, we have Team SAIC, led by Nicole, studying at Auburn University. Brantley. Raven. Amir. Willow. Marissa. Ethan. James. Tracy. Phoebe. Mario. Dara. Kyle. Tristan. Audrey. Congratulations, Team SAIC. Next up, we have Team Centaur, led by Sarah from Tennessee. First up, we have Hunter. Reagan. Mora. Wendy. Louise. Ayala. Hutchison. Kayo. Zach. JR. Isaac. Adam. Aiden. Jemiah. And Allie. Congratulations, Team Centaur. Next up, we have Team Coca-Cola, led by Casey Williams, attending Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. First up, we have Emily. Madeline. Emmeline. Ella Grace. Carson. Ava. Gavin. Joseph. Alexander. Starla. Charles. Ten. Katie. And Hannah. Congratulations, Team Coca-Cola. Next up, we have Team Intuitive, led by Abby from Chesapeake, Virginia, attending Purdue University. Alexis. Adam. Braden. Damien. Lily. Matthew. Haley. Kadia, Braden, Kieran, Jeremiah, Abby, Micah, Riley, congratulations, Team Intuitive. Next up, we have Team Boeing, led by Heather Pierce, a graduate of Athens State University. First up, we have Maggie. Lucy. Lucas. Will. Willie. Sriyansh. Congratulations, Team Boeing. Next up, we have Team Phobos, led by Izzy, attending Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. First up, we have Kenna. Susanna. Kaya. Matthew. Wyatt. Vivian. And Nico. Congratulations, Team Phobos. Let's have one more good round of applause for all of our graduates. And now let's hear a message from this week's special astronaut guest speaker, Dr. Larry DeLucas.
So first, I'd like to congratulate all the trainees. What you've done here is something extraordinary. You've learned an awful lot. You've achieved. You've learned how to work as a team. All those characteristics are going to be very important as you go forward in your future life. So I can tell you, in my experience as a former astronaut, it was very important that, one, we had a passion for what we do. We had to work together as a team. We had to work very hard, and we achieved difficult tasks. When you try to do something that is very difficult and then you succeed, it gives you a lot of confidence that you can take on that next difficult task. But if you don't succeed, and you will fail at times, you're also going to learn from those failures when you're trying to achieve a very lofty goal. So always be bold in the way that you approach the future. So becoming an astronaut and being approved to fly in space requires not only that you work hard on the academic side, but that you're also eager to explore. So in your future, I would suggest that you try to learn about many different topics, because we look for people with a broad background, but also don't be afraid to go out and explore. That can be in the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. It could be taking a trip into the South Pole, for example. One of my students did that previously. NASA looks for people that like to explore, because that's what exploring space is all about. But they're also going to look for people with a very broad background. So you learn an awful lot during your time as a trainee here. You should use that as the rocket fuel that helps propel you to take on even more difficult tasks in the future. Be bold about the way you approach your future, and don't be afraid to try new things. I want to once again congratulate all the trainees and wish you all the luck in the future.
All right, now it's time for my favorite part of the graduation ceremony, the awards. From the moment that you arrived and you met your team this week, we've been keeping score and watching as your team worked through our challenges, built friendships, and participated in one activity after another. Tonight, we will give out a series of group and individual awards that reflect your accomplishments this week. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? All right. So, our first award is for Best Mission Patch. Drum roll, please. Our winner this week is Team Phobos. So this week, you guys learned about astronaut Gus Grissom and his unique sense of humor. Gus named his Mercury program capsule the Liberty Bell and painted the big crack on the side just like the real Liberty Bell. Then he sunk that capsule. Due to this story, this is why we here at camp have this award. Our next award is the Commander's Cup. This award is given to the team who had that highest average score of all of your missions and engineering challenges this week. Your scores were not only based on how you performed, but your professionalism, your communication, and completing the objectives. Drum roll again, please. This week's Commander's Cup winner is Team Coca-Cola. Our next team award is Outstanding Team. This is a team that displays an incredible level of teamwork in all that they do. The members of the Outstanding Team arrive on Sunday as individuals and leave as one cohesive unit. They take on every activity and endeavor together as a group, and they always strive for excellence. The Outstanding Team is also always one that you hear they're outside, giving it their best, giving it their all. This week's Outstanding Team is, drum roll, Team Inspiration 4. Congratulations, guys. Next up, we have our individual award. This award is called the Right Stuff. The Right Stuff medal is based off of a Tom Wolfe novel of the same name, which details the trials and risks that were taken by our Mercury 7 astronauts and early jet test pilots like Chuck Yeager, and is awarded to a single trainee that goes above and beyond to make his or her team's week here a success. If I call your name, please come up to the stage. This week's Space Academy Right Stuff winner From Team Luna, Charlie Chandler. Now, Charlie, the rules of this Right Stuff Award is that you are not allowed to take that medal off until you get all the way home. You also have to answer every question when someone asks, what is that award about and how did you win it? No matter who it is, whether it's any of our trainees, any of our staff, some stranger you meet on your way home, you have to tell them about what you did here at camp. All right, congratulations. One more round of applause, guys. All right, so next up we have a few thank yous. So first off, we want to thank our parents, right? They let you come here this week. They let you have an awesome time here at Space Camp. So let's give them a big round of applause. Next up, let's give it up for your team leaders. They were with you all week. They showed you a great time here at camp. They led you to your successes. And then finally, give yourselves and your teammates a big round of applause. And with that, we just want to extend a thank you again for everyone, all of you guys that came to camp this week, to all of your parents that are at home watching. Thank you again. Thank you to our staff and crew trainers. And that is the end of our graduation ceremony.